Hi, everybody. Hi. I'll give you a second to filter in. Thanks so much for joining me today. We're going to be playing with some Aurora Flakes. We're right on time, right at the 1 o'clock hour. So I'll just give a few seconds for people to pile in. I hope everybody's doing well, having a good, what's today, Thursday? We're super busy at the shop doing all kinds of different projects and stuff. Lots of stuff that should be exciting for you guys. I'm very excited for today's little Aurora Flake tutorial. It's 1 after? What do you think? Should we just dive in into our Aurora Flakes demo? I hope you have your, oh, I can see some head nodding, okay. So I hope you guys have your mixed media sample pack with you. Maybe you can play along with some Aurora Flakes with me, or, you know, dive into them a little bit later. So there's 20 different colors. We'll flip over to the overhead view and I will show you a little sample board. We've got 20 different colors of the Aurora Flakes. This was the first release that came out of 10, and the first release has 2 different colors of fine flakes that can be used just like gilding flakes. So 2 different colors in the first set, things like golden rose, blissful berry, and they come in, you know, the little pots. If you've got your Cosmic or your mixed media sample pack, you will have one to play with. And then the latest release of colors was another set of 10. I think that was released last January, so not super new, but still lots of fun to play with, maybe new to you. And the new colors have 3 different colored flakes in them. So we've got some nice Enchanted Forest. Festive Jewel is a great one. We did a lot of Christmas season projects with that, lots of cool stuff. Royal Sparkle looks very 4th of July to me, if we have some US customers watching. Okay, so let's dive in to our first technique. I'm going to put my mat down because I want an easy cleanup. Okay, so we're going to just build a little Aurora Flake background. So I've got a sheet of cardstock and I'm going to take my double-sided tape sheet and just apply it to the cardstock. You can use a full sheet or cut it to whatever size background you're going to be making. And these flakes are so easy. If you're familiar with the gilding flakes, you'll basically already know a lot of the techniques that I hope I'm going to show you some new ideas today. So look, and it's the tins are just packed full. So be careful, even when you're opening it, you can open it over top of your project and it's very impressive. So you can apply it with tweezers or, you know, I'm going to get them everywhere today doing this, but just apply them all over and you can see the nice big flakes that come in there. You can see that one on there, nice big chunks of the different colors. So this is Icy Lagoon that I'm using with the blues and greens in there. And you don't need much. Okay, and then I've just got a little foam pad to burnish these guys into place. And just gently rub them onto where the tape sheet is. And make sure you get all the sticky spots covered up. And you can see, like, again, that's barely puts a dent into anything. And just keep rubbing and rubbing to get all the loose flakes off. And it gives you a gorgeous, super simple background, or simple to do, but it certainly doesn't look simple. It can look quite impressive. So I will show you, and then obviously trim it to whatever size you need. I'll show you a couple samples that we've done up. Here's using the Icy Lagoon, just used as a background under, I actually used this You Are the Gin to My Tonic Paper Cuts die. So makes those letters pop. You get a nice flash there. Lots of nice colors. You can use it. We've got, what color is that? The black diamond to make a sky in this. And then Anita made this card, and she actually just dabbed on some sticky specks onto the letters and just rubbed lightly the Aurora Flakes over top, and it just picked up a few flakes here and there to highlight on those letters. I'm not sure if the camera picks up all those silver specks, but it's a nice little highlight there. It works perfect to do an easy slap a tape sheet on, and you've got your paper cuts edger on there. Gorgeous. Nice, the green and gold for any St. Patrick's Day stuff coming up. Of course, you can do your full tape sheet and then use it to die cut any intricate dies. It's going to cut just like a piece of cardstock, toss on a sentiment, that kind of thing. There's another sample. This is one of my favorite sample cards in the store. Okay, so, and then you can always do it with just a roll of double-sided tape. You know, if you want to make a quick border on your card, same deal. Stick your tape on and rub your flakes onto it. And you've got a quick, there you go. Okay, so there's one technique that you can do lots of different things with. Let me get this cleared out. And now, oh, these flakes are gonna be everywhere going this quick. Okay, so let's do a quick stamp with some flakes. So I've got my Stamp Buddy Pro. I'm going to grab a cute little strawberry stamp and place it on my cardstock. Pick it up. Oh, I better put my craft mat down or I'm going to get glue all over the place. Okay. So I've got my Flake and Glitter glue from Cosmic Shimmer. This works so well. It has a long drying time. So it gives you time. You don't have to move so quick with these flakes. It gives you time to get things where you want them. So I'm just going to spread this Flake and Glitter glue out on my mat, and you can see it kind of goes blue. That's about the thickness that we want to be applying on our stamp. So I'm just using a foam applicator and just getting a thin layer on there. I might add a little bit more and make sure my my foam sponge is saturated, evenly saturated. But I don't want any excess goops. You know, it'll get down into the crevices of your stamp and won't be so nice. So I don't know if you can really see it on the foam there. It's white on white. So, okay. And then I'm just going to tap it on like I would applying any ink. You know, thin coat. And stamp it on so you can tilt it and see and make sure, you know, if you need to reapply with a stamping platform, you can do so. And then we're going to set that aside. And make sure you clean your stamps if you're using the Flake and Glitter glue. You really don't want to let them sit. You can do something even as simple as a baby wipe. It's going to help you out in the long run before you can get to actually cleaning them, because if it gets dried on there, it can be a real pain in the butt to get out. So you want to make sure you're doing that, and it can just be cleaned up. Like I said, baby wipe, soap and water. It's an easy cleanup, but you got to make sure you get on it. You don't want to let it sit. Same with on your craft mat. You do want to get that off of there. Don't let it dry on there. Okay, so while we're letting this our stamped cardstock tack up, we'll come back to that, but I want to show you a little stenciling technique, same type of idea. So I've got my cardstock, I'm going to stick my stencil down, get my Flake and Glitter glue, and get it on to my foam applicator. There we go. And just dab it on. You don't want to squidge the glue out under the stencil, but just get a nice even layer on there. I'll just do the 1/2 for a nice little pebbly shore, maybe? Is that what we're looking at with the stencil? Okay. Lift that up, set it aside so it can tack up while I show you a couple other projects. Okay. So get that there. And again, same deal. You're going to want to clean your mat up. It comes up quite easily if you get it before it dries off. There we go. And same with the stencil. Give that bad boy a little wipe down too. Okay. So while we're letting our glue tack up, our flake and glitter glue tack up, I wanted to show you a technique that it's the first time I've seen it done. And I can't believe no one has thought of it before. Sarah did it well, you all know Sarah, I'm sure. She gets full credit for this. We're going to do an Aurora Borealis technique with this. Now, she used the flake and glitter glue, and that works fine as well. It just takes a lot longer to tack up. And it does give you a slightly different technique, but I'm going to show you. I'm using the Glossy Glue Sealant Glaze, and you can move quite a bit quicker with it. So, you know, if you're fast on your feet, you should be good to use the Glossy Glue Seal and Glaze. I love it for this. So I'm going to open up a couple different colors of my Aurora Flakes and just have them ready to smear on in a kind of, you know, Northern Lights effect. Use some night sky colors. Okay, so I've got my Glossy Glue Seal and Glaze poured onto my mat. I've got my cardstock, and I'm going to use a big brush. You can use a foam brush, and you know, different kinds of brushes and applicators are going to give you a different look. But Sarah used the brush, so I'm sticking with her technique. And we're just going to swipe it across our cardstock as if it's a stripe of light. And I love the brush thing because you can see the tails at the end, using the brush. Okay, so, and I just grab a pinch of my flakes, spread it around, and you can see it's already starting to dry. So it's not like the flake and glitter glue that we have to wait for it to tack up. It's ready to go right away. So we can kind of move quickly because, you know, we're going to do a bunch of different layers on it. So we want to get things moving here. Okay. And just gently go in and burnish off those flakes. I'm going to try and keep them in a little pile here because I'm going to reuse them. So there's a nice swipe across our night sky. So I'm going to go in with my next color and kind of just overlap. Like we've got some nice Northern Lights going. Ooh, there, that was a big chunk. Okay. Make sure you cover all the glue. You could do a cool shooting star effect with this too, like with applying it with the brush. I really, really like this effect. And if you're using, you can use colors that kind of coordinate a little bit more and have subtle differences for, you know, maybe not as bright of a look as this one. And then, okay, so we want to go in across our night sky. Get some, I think this is the amber glow on there. Get some of those nice reds. And I like to be able to move quick. So this Glossy Glue, what is it? So many G's. Glossy Glue Seal and Glaze is Perfect. So, but look at the nice little swipes that we get by applying it with that bristle brush. Shake everything off. Of course, when you're doing this for a project, spend a little bit more time. Another to, burnish it up so you're not flying flakes all over the place. Another tip is just to use a dryer sheet. Comes in super handy. This is just a dollar store dryer sheet, nothing special. And you can see it takes away any of the flakes. It's nice to clean up your finished project with it, get off any of those little teensy flakes. It's also great to clean up your workspace with. But it's just a really, really gorgeous effect with that bristle brush. Okay, I'll show you. I did another one. This is kind of the foam brush effect. It's a little thicker. You can really pack it on. And I don't think you'll see it with this, but it's like a nice chunky, you can get a nice chunky effect by layering over and over, giving a little more texture to those flakes, which I love. Here's a couple more samples that Sarah did, a real nice night sky with all those different blues and purples, just beautiful. And then I turned one of her samples into a little card to show off. Here we go, just with a little layered tree line on there with some gorgeous Aurora Borealis with those Aurora Flakes. And the die I used for the tree line is one of the new Nelly shape dies. It's SD184 if you are interested. So I loved that idea. Sarah is a revolutionary. Okay, so let's move on. Clean this up before I've got that flying all over. I think our flake and glitter glue should be tacked up by now. We can move back to our stamps and stencils. Okay. So we've got our little strawberry stamp that we were working on. So why don't we use a little, what is this one? Blissful berry for our little strawberry. Another helpful hint, we like to toss our, the little containers into a larger plastic container, especially for classes and everything. You can have more people using it at the same one, and easier for cleanup to get them back into a larger container. So we've got our flake and glitter glue stamped on there. I'm just going to apply a teensy little bit of our flakes. And again, the container's super simple. You can just burnish right over top. And you can see our nice little berry coming out crystal clear in our blissful berry flakes. Super cute. And I mean, toss your stamp on there, do a little background. There you've got, you're the sweetest, a quick little make and take card, and you will have taught, your customers or whoever you're doing it for, a couple different techniques, maybe using a new product or two. So there we've got that. And what color should we do our little Pebble Shore in, our stencil? Maybe we'll use, I guess if it's a shore, maybe we'll do the Icy Lagoon or Festive Jewel. I'm gonna go Festive Jewel. I don't know why, but we're doing it. Okay, shake a little bit. It's the gold sandy shores, that's what did it. Okay, that's much more than you need for sure. And again, light touch. And the stencil always makes me nervous doing it. I never have faith that it's going to turn out. And hopefully I'm not speaking too soon. But as you burnish it away, look at that nice crisp stencil effect. You throw your little mermaid stamp on that and you're good to go. You can get in and wipe away some of the finer particles in there. Beautiful. Okay, stencil done. That's already 3 techniques. Okay, let me get that cleared out of the way. Oh my goodness. Okay, now what else? I wanted to show you. Get a new mat down so I don't have those gold flakes flying. We'll see what I can handle. Okay, so how we kind of, I guess, kind of similar to the glossy glue. We're going to build another background, and this time we're going to use our matte chalk polish. I think you could use any of the Cosmic Shimmer polishes, but I really like the way that the matte looks against the shiny Aurora Flakes. So we're going to scoop up some of this. Actually, I better get my flakes ready because this also, it's like the glossy glue seal and glaze. It does dry quick. So make sure you have your flakes ready. So I've just got some coordinating flakes here, and you can already see, oh, I'm excited for this one. Okay. Okay. Grab some on my palette knife, and I'm just going to do kind of like an abstract smear up. Have some taller points, and I'm not worried about it being too thick on there because that's just going to help it stay, give me a few seconds to get my flakes applied. So here we go. Get a little abstract action going. Okay, so you can see it's, well, it all looks matte, but I can tell it is still wet. It's got a little bit more shine to it where it's damp. Now, I don't want to cover the full thing for this effect. I just kind of want to drape it over and get them stuck on in a couple different spots. Got a nice big chunk there. Now, it's just going to look like it's dusted over this background. Okay, that's all I'm going to do. Now you can let this air dry. It doesn't take super long to air dry, but I'm going to grab my heat tool just so that we can, oh, these flakes that are all around the outside are going to go everywhere. Okay, I'm just going to use my heat tool just to dry up that matte chalk polish quickly. Sorry about the noise. The flakes flying off there aren't going very far. It's all the flakes on the disaster area that I've created in the studio. Nothing wrong with a little glitter. You can dry underneath just enough to dry up the matte chalk polish. Okay, we'll call that good enough. It probably does require a little bit more than that, but we'll start. I'll give you an idea of what the effect is going to look like. So it's not, oh, it is still a little too wet. Anyways, you leave it like that, let it dry. You're going to burnish it with the same little foam pad, and I'll show you the finished product here. I've done up a little sample card for you guys using another edger, paper cut edger. And look at that little abstract background. It looks like actual gold flake on there, a little marbled effect. I love this one. Super fun to make and kind of get creative with. And a nice modern look with it. Okay, so I will pop you back over to my face. And I don't know, I think Sarah's been doing an awesome job of producing and answering all your questions as we go. But if you have any more, throw them into the chat box and I would be happy to answer them. Any comments, let me know if you've tried out any of the techniques. Share it with us on the Facebook page. I'd love to see kind of more techniques and ideas that you come up with. The more we all play with it, the more we'll have to show all of our customers too. So thanks so much for tuning in. Next week is going to be luster polish. We're going to get a chance to play with our luster polish from the mixed media sample pack. So I look forward to seeing you then, same time, same place. And oh, I see some questions coming in. Have we got anything? Oh, sure. I will do my best to get that out to you guys beforehand. If you want to play along with me, that would be awesome. Okay. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. We will see you later. Bye.